My parents bully me. They beat me or taunt me for any small mistake. I'm a neat dropper, 2 years. That's why they see me as a burden unless I'm a very sensitive, useless. Sorry. I am very sensitive. I cried a lot the whole night. Their words hurt me to the soul, and some past trauma. They used to beat me till the last year. I feel like I'm worthless. You should not. Hunter OX9YP. So I'm just going to call him or her Hunter so that we have a name. So lot of responses down in the comment section too. Yeah, that's like tragic. That's the word for it. And there's a guy Piyush who says that go to library all day 5 to 7 p.m. and don't think too much. That's a good advice, Piyush. I would agree 100%, and I think 5 other people agree over here too. Now here, okay, that's what Hunter replies with. Here is no library in my village. Thanks, I'll do anyways. How will you do it if there's no library though? Okay, but I think Hunter will find other ways. I feel so thankful for having such good parents now. Like I said, some people are good in that domain, some people are not. Yeah. See, in those situations, first of all, what I would have suggested if Hunter would have come to me a year earlier is like I would have never suggested you take another drop. Okay. Go for BSc, go for engineering, go for whatever, a B.Ed, whatever, like start your career. You can't be taking more than a year drop. Most of the time I would be suggesting not even to take a year drop, even if I'm the person who took a year drop after my engineering undergraduation, but that was a different time. Times have changed. There's so many career avenues, and you have to kickstart your career as soon as possible, because like I've said throughout the podcast till this point, any career, no matter what you pick, it's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of iterations, a lot of failures, a lot of sacrifices. Get that started as soon as possible. You can't wait around. This is what I tell NEET aspirants. This is what I tell IT aspirants. This is what I tell GATE aspirants. This is what I tell civil services aspirant. You cannot be stuck on a single examination. You do have an option. I know a lot of you guys will say, I cannot do anything else. You can. There's always a career avenue that you can start right away. There's no entry barrier over there. I started a career right away in engineering. I performed horribly in all the engineering entrance examinations just after high school. And there's one college. There's always one college that will take you in, and then work hard over there, develop skill, develop some worth in the market, work extremely hard, and keep an eye open about how the market is going. Have a good, strong LinkedIn. That's also something that we were not having back then that much, or at least I did not care because I was mostly in competitive examinations. LinkedIn is completely useless in that domain, but most of my friends were not having LinkedIn at that time either. But now you can reach out to HRs. Now you can reach out to other people working in that organization, get an intern, get anything, but get it started. That's what your aim should be. It is a sad reality. The people you are dependent on are also the people who are going to control your life most of the time. Again, don't you fucking bring exceptions. They are not examples. So most of the time that is going to happen. So you cannot be dependent on other people irrespective of the relationship. Try to be independent. Did I say independent? You cannot be dependent on other people. Okay, no matter the relationship. And so try to be independent as soon as possible. If you take another drop, it's 1 year later. You got to start right now. You might end up in a better college, and that happens all the time, that after taking 2 years of break or drop, you get a better college than you were getting last year, but then you lose the year too, right? And that adds up mentally. A lot of people are suffering from it, and even people who entered top colleges like NIT, they're having this like, oh, I could not get into IIT. Those who got into IIT, oh, I could not get a better branch. So, and those who are like a good branch and a good IIT, they're like, oh, others are preparing for IIM and I should do that too, or MS abroad, or what should I do? So, it's the whole competitive examination cycle. leaves a bad idea or a mindset in your mind, or that doesn't make any sense. It leaves a bad taste. That's it. And I can say that because I was stuck in the whole competitive examination cycle for 5 to 6 years, and I got out on a positive side. And most people meaning 99% of the aspirants, they come out on the negative side. I'm extremely fortunate for what happened. There's some effort of mine too, but I know very well that there are other people who are having just as much, if not more, effort put into that field who came out on the wrong end. And like, for example, like, look at it, like, I failed in ISRO 2017 second attempt, that examination that happened on December 17th to be precise. I failed just by 4 marks. That's one question, -1, -3. And that's all it takes for a complete attempt to be gone to waste. And the next attempt, 2018 April examination, I did well and I made it. But it could have easily gone the other way. It can happen at any point, like that day does not go that well, or something happens, or the interview, something happens. And there's one guy in the interview who's like super arrogant, and you get into like an argument and things do not work out. So it can easily happen. But that's the thing about competitive examinations. No matter what you do, there's always someone else who got a better result, because there's a lot of luck factor going on. I'm not saying that necessarily that is what happened. A lot of people don't really work hard at all and expect everything to be working out for them in this examination, and they also like to blame a lot after nothing worked out for them. But if you worked extremely hard, this examination did not work out for you, I would say just proceed with your career. See, some things are not tangible, some things are not on paper. You did not get a good rank or a good job out of that examination, but what you did get is an experience of working extremely hard towards something to make that happen. And if you really worked hard, you saw progress, and that is extremely important for you to understand that you can get progress in anything if you keep at it. And that mindset is going to always put you in a positive direction and upward spiral. So there's no problem in not performing that well in competitive examination, whatever examination you're preparing for. It's unfortunate that your parents are that way. There's no doubt that they should not be. But I would agree with Piyush what he says. Like, if you're stuck over there, avoid them as much as possible. And sometimes students also do this, that they sleep mostly in the day and study all night when it is quiet. Lots of people, man, in the past 5 to 6 years, I've talked to too many people with too many problems. This had a significant spike when the COVID pandemic was going on, because especially people stuck in the final semesters, or they're taking a drop or something, they're just stuck with their parents in a very bad point of their life and their parents' lives. Most of the parents were suffering in their career as well. So it became horrific. I mean, not only kids and parents, I mean, domestic abuse skyrocketed at that time. So what I would say is, in any case, try to avoid as much as possible, set a direction and have a exit strategy of how you're going to get out of, because I hope you understand by this point, you're not going to change your parents, right? So there's nothing you can say, there's nothing that I can say. They are the way they are, and if it is a traumatic, abusive situation, then find a way out. That's your mission now. Do that.